Hi, friends. Welcome back to Live at the Roxy with Steph Sabraw, a.k.a. Live at the Staxy. I like this little wave. Oh, I hate, though.
Oh, yeah. We already messed this up.
It's all right.
Jeez.
Should we start again? Fuck. God,
a
we
hair
can't do
band?
anything right.
It's
Just
gross.
like shitty and ugh. So other gross things are happening in the world, like Disney World opening back up. We'll be talking about that today because sweet, bro. Sweet.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, it's really smart. Speaking of smart things, COVID numbers are on the rise. We haven't done a COVID check-in in a while, so I do want to check in on COVID and talk about what is going on, as I find it hard to decipher all the information, so we'll sift through it together. What's a good word? Sift.
Yeah, that is.
Sift the list.
Yes.
Sift the list. What's happening here? Steph is going to talk to us about Trump commuting the sentence for Roger Stone because, again, took me 45 minutes to understand that commuting doesn't mean moving. Cool. Lady Antebellum, we talked about this on the show, that they changed their name to Lady A. That was probably about 3 weeks ago. And we were like, fuck yeah, news, go Lady A. Until further news came out yesterday about that, and we will be breaking that down on the show today as well. And also, in case I didn't say this already, because I have the memory of a gnat at this point, Fast and the Furious. Did I say this? No. Fast and the Furious. Maybe taking place in space. Ludacris is dropping them hints, so we will talk about that as well for all you Fast fans. Who isn't a Fast fan?
Everyone likes Fast.
Everybody likes Fast.
That's true.
Yeah. And also, it is Saturday, so we are live at this earlier time because it's the birthday weekend. We're throwing a fucking rager tonight. You guys should all come.
No, yeah, I think
bitching at the
what's
club.
in order, though, is all of the rock stars. Today, tomorrow, and Monday, you pour one out for the homegirl Roxy and celebrate her birthday from your space.
Thank you. Appreciate
Send that energy.
Send that good energy. We're not actually doing that, but we might sit outside or something. So we decided to do the show a little earlier today. Full disclosure, I'm feeling very, very sad this weekend. So I'm trying to do everything I can to distract myself. And like I said, there's other things that are going on with work and life right now that are making it challenging. I think that we've talked about this before on the show, but I think that when you've experienced extreme loss in your life, like any kind of loss of a person, loss of love, loss of career, loss of whatever, some of the good moments, like your birthday, kind of hit you in a shitty way because it feels like the loss is piling onto it. So anyway, if you're like me and having a challenging holiday time based on your birthday or Mother's Day or Father's Day or any of these 4th of July or any of these holidays that come up, I'm glad that we're here to get through it together. And luckily enough, I have friends like you guys and Steph to help carry me through the birthday weekend. And we're determined to have some sunshine in our lives, like literally.
Hell yes.
It's very nice outside. So
Vitamin D cures.
Very true. Very true. I really believe that. Did you learn about SAD in school? Seasonal, whatever, depression.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Seasonal something depression. Seasonal depression disorder or something, whatever. I swear to God, I have that. When I can't be outside, and I was growing up on the East Coast and it was fucking freezing out, I would get in a really dark place. So sun does for me fix a lot of things legitimately. So hopefully a lot of you guys are enjoying these summer months as well. At least if you're in this country. I don't know what the weather is right now.
I feel like it's pretty
Australia.
warm. Oh, yeah.
It's
Australia,
winter, right?
It's their winter, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. That's a bummer for you guys. So seasonal affected disorder. Thank you, Daryl. Seasonal affected disorder. Oh, students against drunk drivers. That's another sad. No, I was talking about the seasonal one, but I'm also against drunk drivers. I'm not a student though, but part of both of those clubs for sure. Thank you guys already for submitting some super chats and Streamlabs. If you have anything you would like to be shared on the show today, then just make sure you do so. Greg LeBeau said, it's so damn hot out here in the IE. Indianapolis?
Inland Empire.
What's Inland Empire?
It's
California?
Yeah, it's our area, just more east, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Inland Empire?
It's like greater Los Angeles, but way way more east.
Don't even know what that is.
And I've heard that it gets hot as balls out there.
Why would, what's in Inland Empire? What's like a city I would know?
I don't know.
Like Palm Springs?
No. It's closer than that to us.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think it's only like an hour further.
Okay.
Yeah. I could be butchering this. You know what? I have my phone right here. Why don't we do some research?
I don't know. Try to look it up. All right, guys. Let's get into, let me check out these Streamlabs.
Oh, I'm so wrong. It's like Riverside.
Oh, well, no, that's not wrong.
I said greater Los Angeles.
But that's right outside greater LA.
Yeah.
Like between here and J-Tree. Cool. Yeah. Oh, look, Greg said Riverside. We got there eventually, Greg, because of Google.
Yeah, not because
the
what's up here.
Only reason why. In the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Weston Ira says, Roxy, how's your eye?
Day?
And then it says, besides Stexy fundraising, others like Grace R still has 886,000 subs. Melissa Benoist, Anne Hathaway, Brie Larson, a lot, etc. haven't dipped much in subs. Do you think it's time for a Jericho-esque reinvention? Hashtag Stexy International. Wait, what? I don't understand any part of this. How's my eye?
Yeah, Weston, need clarification, please. Just a little bit.
Also, you're saying that other people who talk about BLM as much as I do haven't dipped in subs, but you're naming like massive stars. So I think it's a little different. And I don't really want to reinvent because I like what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So there's that. Cool. AZwell says, so does Steph now live with you? Which of you has bigger breasts?
Oh my God, it was such a good question, and then it wasn't.
Because Roxy, you are so hot, and also great job with Alex yesterday. How bad did you want to say hi, Ken, and have him say hi, Roxy? So AZwell, just so you know, because I legitimately I'll give you one. I'll give you this one. It's rude to ask people that. Like, if you don't know, that's really fucking inappropriate and dismissive. And when you think about it, I don't know if she's still around. Maybe you have a sister. If not, maybe you had a mom at some point. We all had at some point a mom. Like, think about somebody asking her that question. And legitimately think about that before you ask any woman anything. Like, would you be cool with somebody talking to your mother that way? Because if the answer is no, you probably are a fucking dick. Or just are unaware that that's disrespectful. So thank you, AZwell, for the donation. My breasts are larger than Steph's. Noah Den, she's got a better booty than
Facts.
that. Noah Denman said, the healing power of vitamin D. Hi-oh. Yes?
Oh, hi-oh. I thought you were trying to say like Ohio, and I was like, what?
No, what's just hi-oh?
I think that's just like a
hoorah. Hey-oh. Hi-oh to you too.
Ow!
Very cool, very cool. Mark Jason Ali. Woo woo. Happy birthday, Roxy. Pouring one out for you. Stay safe. Whatever you decide to do, take care. Are you seeing your grandparents over the birthday weekend? How's your eye? Awesome match last night. Oh, I know what they're talking about.
Oh.
I know what they're talking about.
Because I am confused.
I don't know that I'm allowed to talk about the match. Am I allowed to talk about the match yesterday? Well, I don't want to talk spoilers in case you guys haven't seen it yet, but there was a match yesterday, and this is not a spoiler for the game. This is just something that happened in the match. I was clapping really hard, and I clapped my eye, and it really hurt, but we taped it a while ago. So that's why I don't remember what you guys are talking about, but my eye got fucking demoed.
That sucks when you injure yourself by having like a celebration moment. That's
I was
not
like
how it
really
should
excited
happen.
and I was like clapping close to my face because I was trying to avoid the microphone. I whatever, it happened. I don't know if I'm seeing my grandparents over the birthday weekend. I don't think so. I don't think that's in the plans. If we were going to do it, maybe it would be today. Maybe on our way to the valley. If we end up doing that, we could stop there or something. I'm not positive. I would like to see them in an ideal world. However, what I will say, and Graham, if you're watching, just fucking ignore this because don't get on my case about this because she does watch a lot of times. But like,
I love her.
She's amazing. But you guys know I've been not doing so well recently, and I don't like her to see me like that because it gets her really upset and depressed when I'm upset and depressed because like she loves me so much. And she's 92 and I don't want to like she doesn't deserve to be upset. So like I don't like to lie to her. I'm very honest with her about everything going on, but she doesn't really know some of the stuff going on totally right now. So I don't like to like unless they need something. And also, I've been having to live life a little more. I've been going to meetings and auditions and whatnot, and I really try not to bring any kind of anything into their home. So I try not to go unless the times that they need things, drop things off and whatnot. So I don't know, but maybe we'll stop by. We'll see. Thank you for asking, and thank you guys for always asking about Grammy and Papo. It's very sweet, and I really appreciate it. Samir in here says, peace, love, and hugs. Samir, fuck yeah.
Much
Obsessed
love.
with you always.
Yeah.
Peace, love, and hugs to you too.
Good energy.
I have to cough, you talk.
Okay. Peace.
Good luck.
Thank you so much. So, peace, love, and hugs.
Break it down.
Peace is what we all want in this world.
Oh, I have another comment based on yesterday's show. My sister called me about the Shein situation because she had been like saying that right now we are in a world that's like really trying to learn tolerance. And she was like, I really want to know all sides of the story before I figure this out. And so she talked to one of her closest friends, Roshni, who is Hindu, and said that that is the way that the necklace was presented. That is 100% a swastika and not the Hindu symbol.
What?
Based on like how it like the angle at which it is, she was like, that's not the Hindu symbol. And she was like, and even if it was, I mean, absolutely fucking not. But I was like, oh, that's interesting. So that's an update on the Shein situation.
That sucks.
Yeah, I know. But I love my sister for trying to be like open-minded, even when something can be really offensive and hard. So I thought that was pretty cool that she reached out to her friend. Anyway, like I said, we got a lot to break down on the show today. I'm laughing at Rob talking about how big this Wonder Woman mug is. It is massive. I don't know why this mug is so big.
I feel like it's such a Roxy mug.
Thank you. I love it. And it definitely does make me feel very small. I often feel very small. Let's talk about Disney World reopening today, guys. Disney World reopened today. Disney World, in case you guys don't know, is the one in Florida. Florida is doing really fucking shitty right now. Our governor in California worked very hard to make sure Disneyland would not reopen. Their governor in Florida worked very hard to make sure Disney World would reopen. So it did today. There's a lot of different measures that they are putting in place to keep everybody as safe as possible. But woof. To me, this is just like epic failure. We've canceled all concerts. We've canceled all sporting events, at least going there in person for now. What the fuck makes Disney World think that they can run a theme park right now?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are we talking about?
It's so irresponsible. It is so disappointing, and I'm not very going to stop talking about this, how everyone in leadership has handled this. From companies to our government, it's like we are looking to you as an example, and you guys clearly care about profit over humans, period.
Yeah. And not just like humans doing okay, humans' lives. like living, the value of a life.
It's
What
life
is the
or
value?
death.
Yeah, what is the value of a life? And it's got to be more than a trip to a theme park.
And Disney, you are doing just fine money-wise, and you can't convince me otherwise. Are you kidding?
We know how that government loves to bail out the biggest companies that need it the least. So it reopened 2 of its 4 parks, which include Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom. So Epcot and Hollywood Studios are not reopened yet. They're reopening on Wednesday, which is their slow rollout, which seems pretty fast to me to have 4 parks open in the period of 4 days, but okay. With
It's like
Florida's,
the Wild West.
I know, Florida's got a massive surge going on. People have questioned whether or not it should be reopened, but today it was, and thousands of fans walked through the gates. Thousands of fans of Disney and the theme park. Listen, I'm as big of a fan as they come. I'm somebody who's had my annual pass. I had an annual pass for years and years. I'm obsessed with Disneyland. I get it. I'm a little kid at heart as well, and it's the happiest place on earth. No doubt about it. But it's not the happiest place on earth when going there causes people to die. Because I don't know how you're there and you're not thinking about that. And yes, there are rules. People have to wear masks and whatnot, but like, come on. I mean, this is crazy. Like, you are putting yourself in such harm's way. And parents, I know that kids aren't the ones at the most risk, but like, do better for your children.
Yeah.
Don't teach them that. That's so fucked up. I don't mean to judge because I'm not a parent, but like, how can you kind of not?
It's because when you, like, there's certain people in certain states that are so different than us, the way they think, and they truly do follow the lead of our president. So when they see him not wearing a mask and not giving a fuck and thinking that this will just go away and you can use Lysol to fix this, why would they're not doing any further research? You know, they're stuck in that bubble, and it's dangerous.
This is what they say, that the crowd size is different. Disney does not have to and is not planning on releasing attendance numbers, which is fucking crazy, as they should have to do that. But the New York Times estimated that the park is allowing less than half of its capacity in the park to start. Think about how packed Disney is. Even at half capacity, it's fucking packed. It's fucking packed. Disney reached its maximum reservations for Magic Kingdom park tickets for opening day as of July 10th. So the day prior, they reservationed out. They're doing temperature checks. They're doing bag checks. I don't really know how bag checks is helpful for this.
We just suck. We could be in such a better place, because I do think this second wave of the coronavirus cases that are just shooting up right now is different than the first wave, because the first wave, we didn't really know what was going to happen, and all of us thought that we could be done with this soon. Now we realize that we can't be done with this until there's a vaccine. So we need rules and parameters that are clear for all of us to follow, to get behind, or else you're going to have people going to Disneyland because they have no idea what we're dealing with.
I feel like it is a fact that if we had a different president, more people would be alive.
Yes.
Like, I don't know how you don't see that as a fact
Yes.
at this point. We have a president who takes personal offense to people who wear masks. Personal offense. So what the fuck does that even mean? Continuing with Disney, for some of the other rules, I talked about the bags being checked. So they're saying the bags being checked is because, so bag checks have been minimized because every bag used to be searched, and now guests are asked to remove any large metal object from their bags and carry those through metal detectors. I don't know what kind of large metal objects people have in their bags, but okay.
So not only is your health going to be at risk by entering this park, but your security and privacy is also, because they're not equipped to do this.
Yep. Another large difference are the performances. By the way, this is coming from CNN if you guys want to see all the differences. Almost all of them have been temporarily suspended. Even many of the outdoor shows, such as Dapper Dans, a barbershop quartet that perform on the street down Main Street, USA. Character meet and greets have been stopped and replaced with drop-in appearances from characters that are unannounced and without a set schedule, so they won't draw the same crowds. I feel like if you saw some, when do you go see a character because it's an announced thing? You see characters when you walk by at Disney, and then you go up to them. On the app, I guess it announced when people and where they're going to be, but I don't think that's how most people see their characters.
Yeah.
At 12:30 p.m., a socially distanced scaled back parade comes through the park. Yikes. Instead of a float after float with dancers and performers in between, 3 floats came by in short succession. So that's still 3 fucking floats. And they're each surrounded by cast members waving and shouting. Yikes.
This is just like such a Diet Coke version of life that why is that worth it?
I don't know. Josh D'Amaro, who's the chairman of Disney Parks Experiences and Products, made an Instagram post saying that it was an amazing morning. The post was of the cast members all looking like they're socially distanced kind of around the courtyard in front of the castle. And it says, we had an amazing morning with the cast before reopening the park today. I've missed you all. So happy to be together again. Until somebody gets really sick. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
Did you see in Japan how they opened up their theme parks, but they said that... Sorry, excuse my phone right now, interrupting us. How
do you know what that's about?
No idea. No,
pick
I
up.
hate to do. Okay, let's pick up. Hey, Michael, can I put you on speaker?
Hi, Michael Klaus. You're live at the Roxy.
Michael Klaus, you are live at the Roxy.
Yeah, we are. You're totally on air. I saw her phone ringing and I said, pick up. I want to say hi.
So that would be why when I tried to call Roxy, her phone was on silent because she's a true professional.
Oh, did you call? Oh, yeah.
Her pants.
Oh, wow. I'm getting called out by answering your phone call.
Hey, that's funny. He did call me first. Wait, does you calling me first mean that you love me more?
I'm going to plead the fifth.
Guys,
yeah, you better.
This is like a mini The Tomorrow Show reunion, and you're hearing it here first. If you need something that can't be talked about live, then we'll call you afterwards.
No, I just missed both you girls. So I wanted to call and see how you were doing.
Wow. Well, we miss
too.
you too. Can we call you after the show?
I will say your Instagram stories have really been something, though, Michael. Those bags on your hand.
Michael, put on your gloves and stop complaining. Do you hear me?
Guys, Michael, he went to the gym with plastic bags on his hand because they wouldn't let him in without gloves. So he took plastic bags because they were more breathable on his hands. I was dying.
It's so much easier to take
No, this guy thought he was Elon Musk coming out like a revolutionary, and you look like a damn fool, friend.
As long as it worked, whatever.
Yeah, whatever floats your boat. But we'll call you after, okay?
All right. Have a good show.
Bye, honey.
Bye. Enlightened.
It's nice when people call to check on you.
Yeah. And it's cool. It is funny.
It's shitty for you that he called me first.
Yeah. Luckily,
now we know the pecking order.
Don't take offense.
Yeah, it's a good point.
I wish I cared.
Yeah, I get it. It's always interesting hearing from our friend Michael. All right, guys, continuing on with Disney. I think we know how we feel about that. I do feel that Michael would probably be first in line at the Disney parks. We should have asked him about that. But for Steph and I think we'll probably be sitting out the rest of the 2020 season. I am curious how they are doing it for Disney pass holders right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the answer is because I'm no longer a pass holder because poor. But
because I'm broke.
Because brokenness. Yeah. But I wonder if they're getting their money back for the closed down months or whether it just continues, like whether your pass extends. And if you're in Florida, is your extension of your pass start now? Because what if you don't feel safe going?
No one in Florida doesn't feel safe going. That much is clear.
The biggest generalization I've ever heard.
I know. I'm so sorry to the good, because my roommates are from Florida and they have friends who live in LA who are from Florida. And I've never met so many Floridians who were just like me, like fucking normal and liberal.
Floridians, they're just like us.
And I felt so ignorant because I'm like, I love y'all so much, but I have been dragging your home state my entire life.
Me too. I do the same thing. And also, you guys know, co-host of DC Movie News, Mike Kalinowski, is from Florida. And Johnny LaCosta has been living in Florida for a while. So, I don't know, maybe Florida, you got some good people, but some of you guys, man, don't go to Disney. Not right now. Come on. Let somebody else be the guinea pigs. Don't be the person who goes and gets sick. You just don't want that.
No.
Let's see. Lamont Small says, you were saying about Disneyland in Japan. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or were you saying about Disneyland or theme parks?
Or
in
their
general?
theme parks
Okay.
in Japan. It might be Disneyland. They have signs up that says, please enjoy the rides, but don't scream. Like, refrain from screaming to like lessen the chance of exposure. Yeah, it's kind I mean, it makes sense, but can you tell someone not to scream?
I don't know. I really don't know. That seems
Can you
like,
imagine everyone just like
no, because can you really help screaming?
Are you a screamer on the roller coasters
Okay.
or silently in pain?
So I've loved roller coasters since I was 3. Like, I have no fear of rides. I love
Me
rides.
too.
I love every ride. Beforehand, I don't get that like feeling and get that like fuck yeah. To me, I've talked to you guys about this before. Up down feels like sex. Like, I feel it in the same part of like my body. It's like literally like a little mini orgasm. I love like that feeling.
I hate that.
I'm obsessed with it.
Oh my gosh.
So I love that so much. But interestingly enough, when I was a kid, I always wanted tips about like how to cheat the system because I was so short to get on the biggest rides. And so I would stick cardboard in my shoes and wear platform shoes and like all the shit that to try to cheat it. And one time when I was looking for all these cheats, I found a bunch of other cheats about how to survive rides. And it said to scream on the way up. Whenever you're on your way up, to scream because it tightens your stomach. And so there's less of a drop. So if you're afraid of that feeling, if you scream, it tightens your stomach. And then when you drop, you don't feel it as much.
That's really good advice because that's my least favorite part where I'm like, my stomach could have just flown out of my butthole and I would have had no control.
So I very clearly try not to scream now because I don't want my stomach to be tightened because I want to feel that. So to answer your question, I typically don't scream except on the way down, which is anyway.
Yeah.
But sometimes.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, guys, shout out, I saw in here, Ryan Nilsson was in here earlier. I love you.
Love
You're the best,
you.
Ryan. Thank you for joining us. Also, PLD, our amazing mod, I see you. Thanks for joining us. And to all of you guys in here, anybody who is live with us or watching after the fact, please, please, please give that thumbs up. We've got 156 people watching live right now, 73 thumbs up. So let's get those thumbs going. Also, leave a comment after the fact. Why would you leave a comment after the fact if you're watching this live or if you're watching this later? Because it really fucking helps. You can see just by us asking this in the last week, we're going from an average of like 1,500 views to 2,200 views an episode. Like legit, solely because you guys are leaving comments. It really does help with the algorithm. So I really do appreciate that. And please, comment on anything we're talking about today. We have all different things to talk about. So at some point you have some thought about something. And if not, just write like that Steph's hot. And
that's always a good go-to.
That's always a great go-to.
Yeah.
Speaking of people that I adore, Katie Robinson, the Good Witch.
Hello.
She's the Good Witch of the stream, baby. She says, I haven't been able to catch the live streams much this week, but I just wanted to say you guys are the freaking best and you make my day every day. Obsessed with you, Katie. Feel very similarly about you.
Bless you.
Every time I think about your life story, I just like, I'm so happy that you're here with us and that you have the strength that you do to be the person that you are. And we're obsessed with you. So Katie, the Good Witch, you are a good witch indeed. Let's move on from Disney and into space. I guess this would be fuck yeah news. Fast and the Furious 9 is possibly taking place in space. I believe this comes from a comment that Ludacris said that the movie is out of this world. And that's where people are getting this from, but I will find the exact quote. We've already done all of the other things in the Fast franchise. We've gone to all of the places. So it would seem like the logical next step would be that. Although you would think maybe they would wait for a Fast 10 to go to space, right? Like 10, I don't know, something about it. Let's see exactly what he said. He said, per Ludacris Bridges. Wow, is that Ludacris's name? Chris Bridges? Did you know that?
No. I only know him as one name man, Ludacris.
I basically only known him as Luda. Like that.
Luda.
Wow. But apparently when Ludacris Bridges was on SiriusXM's Jess Cagle and Julia Cunningham, He said, I will say you are very intuitive because you said something right, but I'm not going to give it away, when she was talking about what she thought was happening in Fast 9. So that's part of why they think it's going to space as well. Yeah. What would you think about this stuff?
In this economy, if you can afford to have a movie premiere in space, I think you should pass on that and use that money to support local charities and people.
Yes, I think that's Fast 9's what they're going to do instead. Instead of a movie for you guys, we're going to do some good in the world.
Can't they just project it?
I mean, is doing a movie in space that much more expensive?
Yes.
It's not going to shoot in space.
To get a spaceship to space is millions.
No, stuff.
What?
Like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, I thought they were going to premiere the movie in space for shits and giggles.
I don't think so. Why?
Fast 9's already done filming.
Right.
So how would they film Fast 9 in space?
They're not filming it there. In the movie, part of the plot is they go to space.
Oh, wow. I went somewhere different.
Where are you?
I thought you said there are talks that, because the premiere keeps getting pushed, right? It was supposed to come out in August, I believe, or September.
Really?
Fast 9?
I thought in 2021.
Fuck me. Okay, so
Steph has an AMC opening in the movie.
yeah, you know what? Hit me up. My stocks are about to go up. AMC in the moon.
I'm crying.
Yo, I legit was like, why would these people go to the moon to premiere a movie? Like, how opulent could you possibly be?
This is like yesterday with the cat's butthole comment.
You know what?
Yeah. Listen, love that you are owning your truth right now.
I had vodka last night, and I don't usually do that.
Yeah, you
and
didn't have Advil
you
yet.
know what? It's coming through my bloodstream like
literally,
devil's blood.
So let me just get this straight though. So the headline from Cinema Blend, for example, is Fast and the Furious 9 finally going to space? And you thought that meant like they are filming or premiering in space.
I thought that meant they were getting in a space shuttle.
Yep.
And
Can I
taking
come?
like the core cast and you, obviously, because if they have an extra spot, it would be you.
Yeah, especially after this video.
And then they're going to go in space and watch it in space just to say they did.
My favorite comment yet. Thank you, movie man Mark. Roxy has found someone more confused at movie news than her. It did sound a lot like something I would say. I'll give her this.
I feel like my story is better, though.
Yeah, your story is better. Fast 9 come out May 2021.
But was that the original?
I thought it was April, but Jonathan Donsel, thank you for that update. Weston Iris says, sorry, wallet work rules, but those pics were smoking. What are we talking about? The Fast 9 pics?
I have no idea.
See, I'm back to being the confused one. I would desperately want to travel to space with Ludacris. Or what did we say his name was?
Can
Chris
you imagine?
Ludacris Bridges.
A trip to space with Ludacris is a fantasy that I should write.
This is all so good. It was originally supposed to come out 2020, says Sally. So you're right. All right. Well,
I'm clearly right about a lot of things today.
The truth is, at this point, whatever the actual news is doesn't matter.
No.
Because your news was
substantially better.
Like so much better. I mean, how are we even going to
They are TMZ and I am BBC Network giving you reliable, unbiased news.
You're BBC?
I would pick BBC.
But why are you BBC?
Because seeing as though I'm not English. It's a great question. Thank you for asking.
Everybody's got a little bit of English in them.
I've been asked this a few times, and the answer is that I feel as though they need an American perspective. So they hired me.
Good job, BBC.
Yeah, because obviously there's not enough Americans talking, right? You know, there's like always a shortage in our opinions.
We clearly do know what's up, as America always knows best. Am I right, people? Am I right?
Yeah.
Guys, something strange is happening with my internet. It seems like you guys are still seeing me completely. But also, it's not working fully. So we'll see. You guys will let us know what our chances are that you guys actually can see us. Also, I do want to let you guys know, I hope she's not upset that I share this out loud, but to anybody who's been watching this show for a long time, if you watch the Stacey Howard episode, you remember that Stacey and her man who lived together have one fork between the two of them during quarantine. It was amazing. It's a whole thing, but this is the text message I just received. Oh man, Ryan and I bought multiple forks. Game changer.
I'm confused.
I'm dying. And I just read that on air.
Forks are so accessible in the United States to buy.
It was like a thing.
Did they just were like stubborn about having one fork to share during a time where you're like shouldn't really be sharing with people that much?
Did you see the article from the New York Post about you shouldn't have sex with people without mask on?
Yeah, I mean, I'm totally a mask girl.
Yeah, but like if you're fucking somebody,
but not in the bed.
Well, it's just like,
I will die.
Yeah.
I will suffocate myself.
Like yeah, I mean for sure. Cause like, or like you do very little movement.
Well, and can you imagine like if establishing that with someone, like, oh, are you okay if we just both wear masks while we fuck?
Like just like temporarily, and then like when we're done fucking.
Could be cool role play, you know?
Why the fuck isn't this working?
I'm your COVID mistress.
Fucking cockers. Just, it's not.
What she said.
Yeah, that's how I'm fucking feeling. Just pissing me off like a bunch of fucking bitches.
Fucking
fucks.
Fuck,
Lewis
fuck.
Cox says, sorry I'm late. Fast and Furious in space seems cool. Love you both, Roxy and Steph. Which version? Steph's version or the thing that they're actually probably
it's clearly
doing?
my version.
Just curious which one
the other
cool
version was vanilla.
You know what? I think it's not. I think it's.
You know what?
You know what? I think it's cool.
Just wait a minute. Are
you seeing what's happening here? Or are you not?
No. Are you struggling?
Look, it's just going
I'm struggling because there's vodka coming out of my pores right now.
Steph got drunk without me. Oh, what's happening with your hair?
Oh, God. Losing control. Sometimes the day after drinking, I'm unhinged.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? When you get like really hyper and just kind of a little neurotic.
I feel that.
I think you've been there. I'm meeting you halfway now.
Meet me halfway. Ain't at the borderline. We're gonna wait. You want to talk about Trump?
Yeah.
Oh, he just put such a fucking
you guys
thing on our.
It's absolutely confirmed that Trump is an actual gangster mob boss who has gotten multiple of his friends out of jail.
Allegedly.
Oh no, he has gotten them.
No, allegedly a mob boss.
It's
confirmed that he's allegedly a mob boss.
It's confirmed according to Steph, TMZ.com/
BBC.
or BBC. What's happening now in the news 2020.net.
Okay, what's up?
He's allegedly a mob boss who's gotten multiple criminals out of jail. The newest one is Roger Stone. He was, so just yesterday, President Trump commuted the sentence of his longtime advisor, Roger Stone. Stone was convicted a while back of lying to Congress, obstruction, and witness tampering. And he was sentenced to prison in February. And he was supposed to serve 40 months, I believe. And Trump was like, you know what? I got you, homie. You're out. You deserve this.
What was his actual reasoning? Does he have to say?
No.
You can just like.
This is what the reports came out and
said. What's the difference between this and pardoning somebody?
Pardoning I think this would stay on his record. So you commute a sentence. He was convicted. Pardoning means you're no longer convicted of that crime. Yeah. So he came out with a statement that was like, we shouldn't be villainizing him. It should be the other way around. All this. Yeah. So
it's just like such an abuse of power.
It's that's what corrupt countries do. Like, this is what is happening in Mexico when people pay out the people in charge to get criminals out of jail.
I like that I Am Ninja Panda says Roger Stone looks like a Batman villain. It's like straight facts.
Yeah, he does. I was thinking about that. He looks like Penguin, kind of.
We have Streamlabs coming in, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Weston Iris says, can't hang around. Roxy, did you see on IG Lauren's interested in doing Schmodown stuff? No, I didn't see that. Are you talking about LaGrasso? My wallet and I missed Patreon cues. Huh? Also, I love that the Arrowverse is now doing twice what Star Wars has done, yet have a non-light-skinned number one lead. Hashtag Stexy. All right, hold on. My wallet and I miss Patreon cues. Oh, because for every guest I have, I let my $10 not patrons ask a question. And since Steph's been like my co-host, I haven't been doing that. I'll do one for tomorrow so that you guys can, if tomorrow for the show when Steph's on, that you guys can ask questions for Steph. Thank you for that. I think that's definitely fair. I love that the Arrowverse is now doing twice the Star Wars hasn't done yet, have a non-light skin number one lead. Okay, so what that's in regards to maybe is in the Batwoman show. Star Wars hasn't done yet, have a non-light skinned lead. Does Star Wars not have non-light skin? Well, what's a number one lead? Who's the number one lead in Star Wars, the newest trilogy?
I'd say Daisy Ridley.
Oh. Then,
yeah.
Then that would be true then.
And then John Boyega would probably come.
But he's not the
he's not the lead.
In that lead. Interesting. Yeah. And then also
Rose.
No, what's his name?
Oscar.
Yeah. But is he
I think he is. I don't want to speak on that. Hold on, let me look it up. Oscar Isaac.
Do you know that the person who called me before who sent me that birthday present lives in the building with him?
No way.
Mm-hmm.
He's a dime piece.
Dime and his wife.
Oh, yes. Okay. Well, his name is Oscar Isaac Hernandez Estrada.
He's Guatemalan.
Guatemalan American.
But is he not the number one lead?
No.
I think of the three of them as the three leads.
Yeah, but then also Adam Driver.
Oh, that's true too. I don't know why I don't think of him as the lead.
Yeah, I guess it depends. Those four, that's the story surrounding.
But I do think you're right. That's probably more her story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's awesome that I think less so about comparing with Star Wars, which I think has done a decent job trying to be more inclusive. Maybe they're not succeeding to the fullest extent.
And we might be getting Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka.
Yeah, true. I thought that was confirmed, is it not?
Well, we just haven't heard any news on like what production looks like, if it's starting. And
Right. Oh yeah, and also Sasha Banks. I'm so fucking excited about that. But yes, I do think it's awesome that Arrowverse is doing that. So thank you, Weston, for the comment. Glenn Caesar says, hello, Roxy and Steph. Love you both. As always, thanks for hanging out with us today. Wishing you and the Rockstars band a sunshine and love-filled rest of your Saturday. Sending lots of bunnies to you, Roxy. Hope you have an awesome birthday weekend. Peace, love, and hugs. Glenn Caesar, next weekend's your birthday weekend. So that's like a national rock star holiday. We appreciate you, Glenn, for the win. Obsessed with you always. Samir in here again. Samir with the generosity. You're crushing today and always. Thank you. Says Killer Mike just screamed, I'm from New York, LOL.
When? Where?
What are we talking about?
Because I think Killer Mike's most notably known for being Atlanta, I thought.
But I'm from New York, LOL. It's a joke. Maybe it's about something we said earlier. He did write that 20 minutes ago. So I don't know what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Then. Steph has Twittered Killer Mike and we see nothing.
Nothing.
We don't know.
Send help.
Let's talk about this Lady Antebellum story because fuck a duck. Lady Antebellum changed their name to Lady A because of the ties that the word antebellum has with slavery. And they made this big thing similar to the Dixie Chicks about changing just to the Chicks because of the ties that Dixie has to the Confederate flag and whatnot. Actually don't even really know. I think I talked about what antebellum means. I don't remember, but it had some ties that were racially ambiguous, I guess. And they changed it to Lady A. Apparently Lady A is an artist who is been around for 20 years, who is like a powerhouse Black female singer.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, it seems, a little performative that you guys changed your name to avoid in support of BLM by taking a Black artist's name like that. And I agree. How do you not look into that? So you guys must have seen that, because there's no way you didn't look at who Lady A was prior to taking that name.
Which makes it even kind of gross.
Yeah.
Because, like when we for business had to talk about making accounts, like Instagram accounts and stuff.
You have to look.
You have to search if someone's name is, or if you're even making a new podcast, you search on that title. So there's no way they didn't look. And
lawyers and stuff.
Yeah. So they looked and saw a Black woman who has been really, really working her ass off and is talented in this business for 20 years, and you just didn't care.
She said, quote, "I'm not going to be erased," which is like kind of a crushing quote in general, just like frustrating and sad. But yeah, she's a blues singer and she's prepared for a legal battle, and I get it. And I think she's probably going to win that one.
Yeah.
Because what judge is not going to fucking rule in her favor right now? I just don't see that happening. Like,
I hope it turns into a good thing for her. Like, maybe this really does launch her career
puts her on a larger map kind of thing. It's very, very strange that they would have done this. And I really don't think you can claim ignorance. Like, we had no idea that she was a musician, because you had to have known.
Yeah.
It's strange. So we'll keep you guys posted if there is legal action and what happens here. But I do feel bad for her and feel like, Lady Antebellum, you got to do something to make this right.
Yeah, because that is the most silencing thing you can do, is to
take somebody's name.
Yeah. And to be a white group and just take ownership of something. And then if there wasn't the internet, she would have had no platform to say this.
Yeah. And it's not yours. So, like, for all the reasons, yucky job, Lady. Yeah, I don't even want to call them Lady A right now. Yeah. I'm going to continue to call them Lady Antebellum until they figure their shit out. So, yucky job, Lady Antebellum. Samir Tesfaye said, Mikey Christmas, Roxy, I remember on DC News, he kept saying he's from New York and not Florida. Okay. That's why you just wrote that in here. So after doing the show, we've been doing DC movie news stuff for 6 years. 6 years. And 2 weeks ago, or maybe 5 weeks ago, in the last 2 months, Mike is from Florida, has always been from Florida. Adam is from New York, has always been from New York. And I'm from Boston. And the three of us were doing the show. And Mike was like, something, yeah, because I'm from New York. And we were like, what are you talking about? You're not from New York, you're from Florida. And he was like, no, I am from New York. And we were like, no, what are you talking about? He just never mentioned it. He was like born in New York and lived there until he was I think he said like he was 8 or something. And that's where Adam is from.
What?
And he just never said that in 6 years of doing a show every week.
Mikey?
With somebody. Yes.
What?
So now we always make fun of him, like, wait, but you're from New York.
And
like,
you guys are all really good friends.
Very close. Like, see them often. My actual friends.
That's weirder than me, like, dropping a twin thing in.
It was so fucking strange. It was so strange. Big Enchilada says, how about Lady Ant? It's kind of funny.
The ants.
We should make up a shitty nickname for them. Or Lady Bellum.
Bellum.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lady Bees.
Yeah. Just whatever it is, you just can't take somebody else's. Before we do get out of here, I do want to do a brief COVID update, because if you guys are like us and living in California right now, COVID is getting really fucking bad. Mm-hmm. I guess I live in a little bit of a bubble right now. And my dad called me the other day and was like, yo, Los Angeles is not doing well right now. And he was like, I'm very surprised. Like, it's not as surprising that Arizona or Texas or a lot of places, and again, these are Florida, these are generalizations, but aren't doing as well because we see that they're not wearing masks. But in general, Los Angeles is a pretty liberal city, and typically liberal people are wearing masks. Like, that just is it okay to say that?
Yeah, because we generally liberals really respect and trust and listen to science.
So I saw that Bloomberg put out this piece saying, why isn't California criticized like Florida on COVID-19? And I kind of agree. Like, I don't think that California is being shamed enough right now.
Yeah.
I know it sounds weird, but like sometimes California gets a little protected by the media because so much of the media is here and nobody wants to take ownership over the fact that California is sucking at this, like doing really, really fucking poorly. And this is their tweet that they put out yesterday. When it comes to criticizing the pandemic, pundits are always singling out Florida or Texas or Arizona or all three. But what about California? As of July 7th, the state was second only to New York with 277,000 positive cases. And I get that California is larger than a lot of other states. Texas is pretty fucking large. Florida is pretty fucking large too. But still, like, we need to be held accountable. And you know, my opinions have changed a lot on Garcetti. I feel like I've been going back and forth. I don't know how you feel about him, actually.
Yeah, I'm not pleased with him.
I think that he's done some positive things in the past. I liked him more prior to COVID.
Yeah,
I will say.
Yeah.
But
and I like Gavin Newsom more post COVID.
Yeah, I agree. But I do think that this is like something that really needs to be looked out for. It almost took 2 months for California to record its first 100,000 positive cases. It took less than 3 weeks to record its most recent 100,000 cases. Now, part of that is because there's more readily available testing, but part of it's because we are, like, when we were flattening the curve before, we are no longer flattening the curve. The curve is now increasing. And LA is having a hard time with hospital beds right now. The hospital beds are filling up, and that's incredibly dangerous. And I'm concerned. I'm very concerned. Here's some more stats just while we're talking about it. The number of people who have died of COVID-19 in California is lower, so we're doing a better job at keeping people alive. It's 6,500 people. In Arizona, the deaths just crossed 2,000. In Florida, 4,009. And in Texas, 2,813. Apparently, New Jersey has recorded more deaths than all 4 states combined. I don't know what that's about or how that takes place, but this is really fucking upsetting. And when you look at any of these stat maps that show you the curve, it's really not a curve anymore. It was like a curve and then flattened, and now we're worse off than where we were before. So I'm very concerned. I also saw that Gavin Newsom and Garcetti are seriously talking about doing a legitimate lockdown in Los Angeles and in California right now, going back into a straight up lockdown in the next week or two. I don't know legally what they'll be able to do. I'd be interested to know your thoughts on that, Steph.
Yeah, I just think it goes to what I was saying before. They have zero plan and they have access to so many people. So when they had our attention, when everyone was watching the news, when we found out about this pandemic in February and March, and then even through April, everyone was like consistently watching the news, hearing for orders from our government officials, trying to figure out mask, no mask, all this stuff, all this miscommunication. They completely missed the mark. It's like you'd think that they would have psychologists to be like, this is how people, the general public, will take in information. So it should have been like, remember when they were talking about the possibility of a second wave, they didn't explain that.
Yeah.
They needed to be like, they need to stop treating us like we're idiots. Yeah. And they need to explain. This is why I like Cuomo, because I think he does a really good job of like cutting the bullshit and getting to the facts. They needed to explain exact numbers. If we do this, this is what happens. If we don't do this, this is what happens. And then people would act accordingly. Now they've lost our attention, they've lost our respect, and they've lost our trust. So now if you try to go into a second wave, instead of having this time to figure out a way where businesses can stay open, like finding that infrastructure, we're now like going back to the first plan, which was a panic plan.
It's very upsetting and scary, and we really could be in a situation very soon in which California and other places are considered hotspots, and they're not allowed to fly in and out of other places. They're not allowed to, restaurants completely closed down, even outdoor seating. It's very isolating and concerning. However, if that's what we have to do to keep people alive, that's what we fucking have to do to keep people alive. Going in here, let's see, Lamont Small says, I would all for another lockdown. Also, you read my earlier super chat about past pandemics. I said that only the smallpox pandemic ended with a vaccine. Why didn't I get your earlier super chat, Lamont? If you just write it in the chat and let me know what you said, because I just scrolled up and it's not in here. Sometimes that does happen, though, when I'm using this StreamYard system. So please let me know what you said and I will read it out loud. But we're going to have a vaccine because we believe in science, and that's going to happen. But when you say the only smallpox pandemic ended with a vaccine, what does that mean? I said that only the smallpox pandemic ended with a vaccine.
There's probably,
Is he saying no other pandemics have ended with a vaccine? Or is he saying
they might have just like negated the spread, like with Ebola. That's what it was about. Ebola was just highly contagious, but they could cure you if you came in time.
No, this is going to be a vaccine situation, like period, end of sentence.
Yeah.
And hopefully they find it by the end of 2020, if not the beginning of 2021. I think the reason LA numbers are up is because a lot of people work in LA but commute in, so people have a higher chance of contracting it. Mayra M, that could very well be true. It's definitely possible. Yeah, it's definitely possible. It's scary shit. And I think that the lesson here, like, when people say, you know, I trust somebody, I hear this a lot. My friends that are going to people's houses with parties of 25 people or more, and they're at the pool and they're drinking and they're close and nobody's wearing masks. And they're like, yeah, but I trusted everybody there. This situation is not actually about trust, because nobody's on purpose spreading the coronavirus. You can get it and you cannot know you have it, and you can be asymptomatic. So we all need to treat ourselves like we have COVID, and we need to treat everybody else like they do too. I know that's ironic considering I'm sitting next to somebody we have no mask on. If you are living with somebody, which Steph has essentially moved in here 90% of the time, or you have a small group of people and you're only seeing that small group, then that is one thing. But you can't just say, I trust them. I trust the person whose house I'm going to, and be not wearing masks around 25 people, not social distance.
Yeah.
It's not about trust. So I think that we have a false sense of what trusting somebody means, because who you can't trust is the virus, because it comes in all different shapes and sizes and forms.
I feel like since the government's not going to give us the proper things that we should be doing in this next wave, I think it's not safe to assume, but we can kind of assume what is the best course of action. It's wearing your mask, limiting any outside interactions if you can. So like if you can get your groceries delivered, do that. If you can do all of that, do that. And now we know that isolation can be really dangerous for people. So if you can have an isolated buddy where you're like, you know exactly where you two have been, that's important. And they're not going to tell you that. So start thinking about the things that keep you safe and others safe. With now we can be better though, so we're not like drowning in the quarantine.
100%. You have to think for yourself here, because the government's not doing it for us. So think about what science doesn't let people down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you just have to know what to do based off that. And I saw that Trump has not let Fauci advise him in 2 months. Did you see that?
No.
2 months. He has not let Fauci brief him. 2 full months as of yesterday. It's like, that's who our president is.
That should be impeachable.
Like, you can't do that. You can't fucking do that. Lamont Smalls, there was a recent article listing 6 pandemics, including 1918 flu. Only the smallpox end with a vaccine. Also, I feel that a vaccine will come, and this will be over by the end of 2021. Wow, 2021. Woof.
I can't
You
even
think
think
another
about that.
year and a half?
I can't think about that.
I don't think it's going to be that long, but I mean, economically for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be that long till we get a vaccine. Mayor M says Garcetti is the mayor of the city of Los Angeles, not LA County. So he can only control what happens in the city, not the whole county. People think he does both. That is true. And thank you for that clarification, Mayra. Ben Roman says, I think he was saying during most pandemics in our history, we haven't successfully created a vaccine. SARS never got one after 12 years of trying. I think the entire world and all of the best scientists on the planet are focused on this and have all told us we have reason to believe that in 1 year to 18 months, a vaccine would be created.
Also, the sample size is so massive. As
Yeah.
we've seen, there's hundreds of thousands of people who have contracted the virus.
In the US alone.
Yeah, you can just pull a lot more data that way, whereas some of the other diseases were more sparse, and obviously being able to get that from people isn't always possible.
Also, I hope I phrase this in a way that is okay. When rich people are affected, shit gets done. That's just the way. I hate that that's the way it works, but it is the way it works. The second Tom Hanks was diagnosed with COVID, we knew that rich people could be affected by this. And to the best of my knowledge, I don't know any famous people that got SARS. Like famous public figure, like celeb types. So people's like money goes to people who have fucking money, which is so shitty and not the way the planet should fucking work. But like sometimes, I don't know if you guys think about this. This is a disgusting way of thinking, but like the best thing that can happen to a disease is that somebody really famous gets it or really rich gets it, because then the funding becomes exponential. Like the best thing to happen to HIV was people who like you thought were untouchable getting HIV, because now we've made such vast advancements in HIV because people start giving a fuck when it's celebrities or rich people.
Absolutely.
It's fucked up, but it's true. And for coronavirus, this has affected a lot of fucking rich people. So they're not going to let it go. It's disgusting that I have to phrase it like that.
No, I know, but it's the truth of the matter.
So, yeah, Super Dan, same with HIV and Magic Johnson, for sure.
Yeah, they
For
were
sure.
not paying attention to it.
Magic Johnson was a fucking game changer for them, for all of us. Like, by the way, I fucking love Magic Johnson, but unrelated to this. Tony Shalhoub got the coronavirus as well. A lot of people got coronavirus. A lot of very famous, very rich people got coronavirus. And guess what? That was the best thing that could possibly happen in terms of getting a cure for the virus. Not saying I'm happy anybody got coronavirus.
Well, also, just like there are Holocaust deniers, there are pandemic deniers and think that this is fake.
Yeah.
So I've had to see people literally tweet out, like, just so you guys know, like my aunt, my uncle, whoever it may be, died from this. This shit's real. And so when it's a celebrity, it's visible.
Completely. So there is that. In the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, Hitman Hudson said, Roxy, why are you so amazing? Is there a scientific explanation?
No.
Or is it magic?
Magic.
Is Steph a witch?
Yes.
If so, is she benevolent?
Yes.
Cool. Great questions.
Great questions.
Adore you, Hitman Hudson. And yes, she's a witch. And yes, there's a scientific explanation for why I'm fantastic. It's called genetics. I had really cool parents. Mira M says, I think people thought it would be solved really fast, like in the movies and TV shows, and didn't realize that real life doesn't work like that. Totally. For people who are listening to the scientists, they said to us, a year to 18 months. That's what we need. And I believe them. And we haven't even been. So that was it. We heard that in March, maybe February. So we got a little bit of time left, guys. We got a little bit of time. Katie Robinson, the good witch. I'm nervous about practical infrastructure to distribute vaccine to the whole country/world. Could be a while, even once we make a breakthrough 100%.
Yeah.
That's going to be a whole different hurdle. Again, America is going to do what they can to fuck up other countries by buying as much as they possibly
But
can.
you guys, if we all rock that fucking vote and make sure that we vote Biden in office, which is what we have to do, the distribution of the vaccine will be, I can say with confidence, 100 times better than Trump.
Yeah, I agree. Dodger Ryan 124, thank you for your support. Really appreciate it. Susie Easton, for those of you guys who don't know, who are newer to the show, Susie is an OG supporter of mine from back in the AfterBuzz TV Gossip Girl days. Susie used to call into the show. Obsessed with you, Susie. You've been a ride or die for almost a decade now. And Susie is with Disney. So curious, she wants to know about our thoughts on Disney. Susie, what are your thoughts on Disney World? And are you back at work?
Mm-hmm.
And what the fuck is going on? And do you feel safe? And keep us posted on everything because you're freaking amazing. And everybody in here, Susie's the best. You guys already know that, though. But thank you for being in here. Let us know. We are getting out of here. And before we do that, Steph, I'm like obsessed with you guys needing to follow Steph in all the places that she is. So, she has a YouTube, but also on Instagram, on Twitter. We still have to post pictures of the shoot that we did. I posted one, but I have a couple other things.
I'm going to be posting too.
What are you going to post?
Well, I have birthday one lined up.
Which one are you thinking? You don't know?
Not sure yet.
Cool. Good talk.
Cat's not out of the bag.
Interesting. So follow her everywhere at Steph Sabraw. I also see another Streamlabs coming in. Sorry. Broken Blue says, I don't know if you know who Ailing B is, but Roxy, you remind me of her. I think your career will emulate hers. She just got a show that she wrote, picked up on Hulu, and she is a recurring guest on Trivia Game Show. Can't wait to see you get big rocks. Broken Blue, you are so sweet. Ailing B, do you know who that is?
Mm-mm.
I have no idea who that is. I'm going to definitely Google. Aisling? Oh, you think that S is pronounced?
Maybe.
Aisling? Let's see. We'll check out Aisling Boo. Aisling B. Ailing B.
She's in the Paul Rudd show. She's fucking awesome.
That show, Living with Yourself,
yes,
is fucking awesome. She is great. That's a great compliment, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, she's great.
I have no idea how to pronounce her name, but
she's Ireland, from Ireland.
Thank you for that. We're getting more questions as we are heading out, so we'll just take a couple more things before we go. Ben Roman, thoughts on Biden overall? He was far from my first choice, but obviously 1,000 times better than Trump. I mean, samesies.
Same. I don't really align with him politically that much at all, but to me, there's no option.
I mean, I think that, like, for me, he was definitely after Warren, after Buttigieg, after Sanders, he definitely fell very far down on the list for me, but there's the list and then there's fucking Trump. Like, so yeah.
Yeah.
I guess my answer is good enough. I feel good enough.
Less people will die.
Which is important. Yeah. Susie, I wanted to know about, so she just responded. She said, been back working at the downtown Disney we have since Memorial Day, back at Magic Kingdom today. I'm in the parking lot, so different vibe, but wasn't very busy because of capacity. Feels safer outside. Susie, please stay safe. Please keep us updated. Everybody send bunnies for Susie. Just thinking about you, babe. It's got to be a tough position to have to go back into work in. Mm-hmm. So love you guys all. Please stay safe. We'll be back here tomorrow. I think also at an earlier time because of our tomorrow situation. I think probably at noon tomorrow. We'll keep you guys posted though. So look out for that on Patreon or Twitter. I also will post the thing on Patreon so you guys can ask Steph questions if you're in the $10 and up tier. And until then, stay safe, stay healthy. I saw what some of you guys were doing to stay happy. Amazing. A lot of exercise, a lot of eating well, a lot of watching movies and TV, a lot of talking to your friends. Really appreciate all those things. Try to do those things for this weekend. Like Steph said, pour one out for your homegirl for the birthday celebration, which is Monday. One more Streamlabs coming in. Noah Denman said, if they have a vaccine, it will be safe to take. What worries me is if it's only like 70% effective. However, there are antibody treatments that are showing promise too, and those to me are more exciting. Well, I'm glad you're excited about something, Noah. Thank you for being here. Thank you all. Much love. My hand's over here, so I can't do what Steph just did, but like imagine I'm blowing you a kiss. Kisses from me too. Bye, friends.